Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and I am on a financial health journey to create an inheritance for the generations to come. I want to do that through consistency and discipline. Today, we are here to do a budget closeout for last week or this current week that will be ending tomorrow. So today is Wednesday, April the 17th, and this budget closes out on Thursday, April the 18th, and I start fresh on the 19th. And so this is to cover any expenses that I had between the 12th and the 18th. And yes, I'm doing it a little bit early just because I already kind of know what my situation is looking like. So I typically try to wrap this up by Wednesday so I can post it on Thursday. And then I do some type of budget with me for the next week on Thursday so that I can post that by Friday. So hence the reason for the early video, quote unquote. Thank you to anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. I truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if you find that this is content that you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. Just a little bit about myself. Y'all, I reached 400 subscribers. I just, like, for real. Thank you. But for anyone who's joined me recently, I am a divorced mother of 3. I was married for 23 years, separated back in 2017. I have 2 older children. I call them my crumb snatchers. And then I have my baby girl who is a junior in high school. And ultimately, my goal is to not leave them with any situations that they're having to deal with because of the financial decisions that I've made. So let's go ahead and get started. I am trying to get into creating my own little dashboards every week, something to motivate myself. Nothing spectacular, not a lot of images, etc. I found this wallpaper, but I found this little kid who was just super duper cute. I think it is an AI image, but I don't care. And the quote that I found was, "Falling down is part of life. Getting back up is living." And, you know, that's one of the things that I enjoy so much about watching kids, like at the playground, etc., or at the park, is they fall all the time and they get back up and they're still smiling, they're laughing, and they're moving on. And isn't that a great metaphor for life? So we are here to do a budget check-in or budget closeout for the week of April the 12th through the 18th. And that falls in April. And let us go to the budget. And let's see where we are. And then I will go over from a variable expense standpoint what I have in here and what we plan on doing going forward. So that is here. Here we go. All right. So I'm gonna leave the let me see. Can y'all see that? Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna leave the camera itself where it is, and I'll just blow this up a little bit. All right. So here we go. I can move it over though some. All right. So I planned for $8.99 in my account, and that is, I believe, exactly what okay. All right. I was just checking. All right. Because I couldn't remember if I finished out all of these things and I was just talking about them or if I have to write them in. Okay. All right. So I have to write them in. So bills account, $899 was the amount that I wanted to move over, or that I was going to be working with. I allotted myself $250 for variable as well. When looking at the previous week, I did not have anything that I considered rollover. So let's just go ahead and mark that off. No rollover that I brought over. So then I came in exactly how expected, $1,149 that I was working with for the week. All of my bills came in as expected. So AT&T, Apple Care, and water. I did get a note. So my water, I got a water bill, and it's for negative $2.91, just what I expected, because I did pay them twice last month. But it shows that my water bill is actually due on the 30th. So I am going to have to adjust where my water, where I document my water coming out. I was paying it on the 15th because the bank was mailing a check to the water company. And I wanted to allow the week or so for it to get there, and then for them to get it, open it, apply it to the account, so that I would not have to worry about having any late charges. But now that it's going to be on auto draft, I really need to move that to the date that it needs to be. So I am going to do that. Spotify has not come out yet because it's not expected to come out until the 19th. And so I'm still waiting on that, but it is an auto draft for a subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and write in 11 because I don't anticipate that's going to be anything different. But I won't mark it off as being complete because it hasn't, of course, cleared the account just yet. Fun events. Last weekend, I did have a lot of fun that I had with my friends, but I actually did not need any extra funds or money. So that was zero. So that's a good news story. So I'm going to highlight that or mark it in green. Anything in green is good. Anything in red is bad. And that's a good story. So I'm going to mark that as 0. So let's go ahead and see where we are from a total as far as bills are concerned. 91, 4, and 11. It's actually going to be $106. And that I can go ahead and mark off in green because that is lower than what I anticipated. I did do $50 in my mini savings challenge, and I did not contribute anything else to savings. So that came in as expected. All right, so for my expenses, not a lot. I budgeted $50 for gas. I only spent $37. I spent $107 on groceries, so I did have a little bit left over from that as well. I only spent $8 in home. So I set aside $10 because I wanted to buy the little salad. I saw a TikTok viral video on how you can make salad in the jars, and me and my youngest and we decided we wanted to try and do that. So I go and I look at these jars. Girl, these jars is little jars. We are not little people. There's no way those little jars was going to feed us on nothing. So I did go to Burlington though. I bought a few things, but actually a couple of things for this $8. But one of the things that I did buy, and it was only $3.99, I think it was, but it was a container that my youngest really liked, and so she's using that. So the way that it has the compartments, you can either put a sandwich on one side with some chips and maybe some fruit or something like that, or you could put salad on this side and then have your other sides for the other compartments, of course, for any of the salad toppings that you wanted to have. But what we really liked about it is the top of it. The top, if you flip the top over, it had a one of the ice things, right? So you put that in the freezer to freeze it. Then you put it back in there, but it has a cover on top of it. So you take this cover off. You can remove the ice pack, which is thin. There's also a spot for your fork, etc. So you put all of that in there, and then you put that plastic cover on top, and then you put the top on top of the thing. So it was a way of keeping your stuff cool. And that was one of the problems we always had for salads, that she doesn't like warm salad. I love warm salad, but she doesn't like warm salad. So that was a problem. Anyway, that's a whole lot of conversation. I spent $8 in home. I gave Corinne, I did not give Corinne her $10. I still have it, but she has not asked me for it. So, I give her $10 on Cash App, and she's been taking sandwiches to school. I have money that's on her account as far as lunch is concerned. And then I have $10 in cash for her that she has not asked for. So I'm going to leave it in my wallet for right now. But come Friday, if she doesn't ask and I put another 10 in there, I'm going to take this rollover 10 and I'm going to actually put it in her Corinne envelope for later. So I think there is something to giving her money now. I think there was something about not having any money that caused her to always want to spend money and ask for money. Now she gets money every week on her Cash App card, and although it's just $10, she's not even spending all of that. She still had $6 left over when we started the week off on Monday for her this past week. So there's something about having money in your pocket that maybe you don't want to spend it as much. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's weird. Anyway, I say all that to say I still have that 10, but I'm going to mark it off here. under actual that it was spent, because if she doesn't spend it, I'm still going to put it in her envelope. It won't roll over to next week. And I gave her a 10 for Cash App. She has that. I have not spent my $20 that I have for myself, but Corinne has a spring event. It's a spring concert. They're going back to the 70s and 80s time frame and singing. She's doing Natalie Cole, I think it is, This Will Be an Everlasting Love. Or you got that, maybe she's doing Emotions, You Got the Best of My Love. I think that's the one she decided on. Anyway, I have to pay, it's $10 a ticket. It's for 2 nights, Thursday night and Friday night. So that's what I'm going to use my 24. So although it says 0 as the actual here, because I have not spent it, I know I will spend it on Thursday and Friday. And so I'm going to leave it in my envelope, and I'll have that as cash to pay, so I don't have to worry about digging into any other funds. And then for dining out, we only spent $8. All right, so let's go ahead and add all of that up. So that adds up to 37 plus 107 plus 8 plus 10 plus 10 plus 8 equals $180. Let's subtract 250, and that equals $70. So I am going to say that for rollover is one category, and for cash envelope is the other. So this time, I'm leaving it all in my cash envelope for right now. I want to roll over 20 of it, but we'll see. So for right now, I'm just gonna do cash envelope. I'm gonna leave all 70 in there. Next week, because next week is not gonna be a pay week for me. So I get paid this coming Friday, but I will not get paid next Friday. I might take some money out of my cash wallet and use it for rollover to add some to some savings challenges that I want to try and do. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to leave all of the 70 in my cash envelope, and we'll count that up in a minute just to make sure that I am at $70. And then let's go ahead and mark off here that that's $250 that's covered. So it was 180 is this total. 70 should be in my Moterm wallet over here that we'll go through in a minute, and that's a total of $250. So everything is accounted for. So Bridgecrest, Kohl's, and Green Sky, they have not come out yet, but they should come out as expected. They're all on auto draft. And actually, I looked up my Kohl's. My Kohl's is only 86. And Green Sky is still 90. Bridgecrest is 503. And so all of those together, let's take $4 off of this. So this should be $679, right? I'm going to mark it down, $679. We'll add it in a minute. But since they're on auto draft, I know they will come out just as expected. And y'all, again, no unplanned expenses. No unplanned expenses. Not only did I not have any unplanned expenses, I didn't even spend the extra that I gave myself. So I am winning. I'm twinning. I'm winning twice. This week, $679. So we're going to go ahead and circle that. And we're going to color that green, because that's a good news story as well. All right, so let's see where we are. Let's go back to the big font. $1,149 was total income. My bills were minus 106. Expenses, we accounted for the whole 250. Savings, I did the mini savings for 50. Total debt was 679. All right, so 1149 minus 106 minus 250 minus 50 minus 679 equals $64. So I'm actually under budget by $64. And let's go ahead and circle that. And let's go ahead and color that green there as well. So I'm going to roll over either $30 or $60 for next week's budget, which we'll do that in a separate video. But that is good. I came in where I expected. We thought it was going to be about $60 under budget. And that's why I was going to take 30 and use it for fun events. That's how we ended up at the $30 under budget initially, if you watch that budget with me. So we're right on task, or right on track as far as those expenses are concerned. So let's move all of that over and let's see what we have in the midterm wallet left over for variable expenses. All right, so where are we? For gas. Gas, I went ahead and rolled over $10. Yep, so I have $10 left over for that. I'm going to leave it in gas for right now. I don't plan on going out of town again until May. Corinne was supposed to go to Brunel University for another tour because they do have a degree that they offer in musical theater, but she got a call and said that the week we were scheduled to go, which I actually think is this week, is set up for those who are actually incoming, and so we have to reschedule that. So we won't have to worry about going anywhere. So I have some time to build this up, and I won't be going home for Memorial Day, I don't think. All right, for eating out, I still have $25 left in here. And although I'm dining out over here, it said I gave myself 20 and I used 8. I still had some money in here. And so that's why I've got 25 now. My personal should be 20, but this will be spent over the next 2 days. Yes, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this will be spent over the next couple of days going to the spring concert. Y'all, I'll be so happy after this concert is over. We should be done. And I'll be happy to be done with extracurricular activities. This is Corinne's 10 there. Alrighty. And I was supposed to be counting, y'all. I'm not counting. All right, so that was 10, and then 25 in eating out, that's 35. Personal has 20, so that's 55. 65. And then groceries, I have $20 left over. So that's $85, which is about right. I did have some money in these envelopes over again. So I have my 70 and a little bit more. If I put anything towards savings challenges, it's probably going to be whatever I have left over in groceries is probably what we'll be looking at. All right, so then that is it for this. And lastly, let's look at the calendar and let's get this updated based on what we've done so far. So for this, I am going to come in just a little bit. That wrong way, Monique. Come in this way. All right, here you go. So we have iCloud cleared, Apple Care cleared, AT&T cleared, water. I will move that, but for right now, water is 0. So that's done. I already had my taxes done, so we're good on that. And I'm waiting on these to clear. So we're all good as far as all of the other bills are concerned. And then the only other thing is on Friday the 19th, I am going to need to write in. Actually, they may come Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. But I do need to write in here lawn. So my lawn guy texted me, told me we were good. We set up an appointment for him to come on Saturday the 13th. I put the money in the bank. He forgot again. So I'm done. So I moved to a company called Love Lawn Care, or Lawn Care Love, something to that effect. It's multiple people or multiple companies that are part of it. And so, but I can get on a schedule for around the same cost as I was doing before, but I have to do it bi-weekly. I have to do it for at least 3 instances initially. So I've got to now factor in, and what you will see in my budget going forward is I'm going to factor in lawn care as a bill because it has to be done every 2 weeks. I'm doing it on the schedule close to when I get paid. So they're supposed to come on Thursday, and then 3 days after that is when they'll debit the credit card. I had to actually input a credit card online. And so it's going to be an automatic debit. And since we're dealing with an automatic debit, I'm going to handle it as a bill to make sure that money is always in there instead of cash stuffing as I was doing before. So lawn guy, or lawn love, is what I call it. Now, every 2 weeks is going to be about $65. That's great. But this first time, they When they come in for the initial visit, it's going to be done based on based on how tall your grass is. So now, if you guys remember, I've been trying to get in touch with my lawn guy since before spring break. So we are now, so it was already high, but we're about a month in. And so this company does it like if it's less than 9 inches, it's $65. If it's 9 inches to 15 inches tall, then it's it might be $100. If it's over 15 inches, then we're going to have to negotiate. And I'm almost positive some parts of my yard are over 15 inches. Plus, I'm on 1/3 of an acre. I've got a pretty good amount of land space. So we will see how much it costs. So I can't write in an amount there now. But after this initial one, it'll be $65 every 2 weeks. So I think that was the only other update that I needed to make. And I think we are done. I will let you guys know how everything works out with the lawn care. I just hope it's not too expensive, but we shall see. All right, that is it. Let me zoom you guys back out. I think we are done. Thank you all for your time. You guys have a good one.